Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Today the plan is to go into the Crimson Courtyard to do morbid entertainment to get as far into it as we can. I do not believe I will be getting to the Baron. So yeah, I've done a bit of it. I tried to catch up to about where we were before the estate reset shenanigans thing happened, but we're not quite that far if I recall correctly. But we're close, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to get as close as I can to that, getting basically as many heirlooms and as much money as we can. Then we're going to dip out. Depending upon time, we'll go back in, and depending upon what trinkets are available and things like that. And we'll just see. Basically, I want to take as many trinkets and things like that as I can back out, just because it is a good source of everything. Not to say that I'm not getting a good amount of everything, but I can take a lot out of there, so I might as well do that. So we're going to be going in with a pretty good bleeding team, I think. I do have to double check a few things, just to make sure I'm not shooting myself in the foot here. But we're going to be going in with Quinn the Falconer. The main thing she's going to be doing is flank gouge in rogue mode, so she does plus damage versus bleeding. I'm also going to be having the thing's Crystalline Fang on her, so she's going to be having a bunch of plus crit from this, and the Ancestor's Candle on here, so she has plus damage and plus dodge if torch is above 50, and because it's the Crimson Courtyard, the torch should always be above 50 no matter what, and pretty much she should be able to flank gouge all the time. She may be dancing with Trevor depending upon what I do, and he's going to have Whiplash for bleeding damage. Then if anything is bleeding, he can do Hunter's Strike here for armor piercing and on attack buff self 20% damage. If anything is bleeding, he can also do Bloodied Cross to bleed pretty much the entire enemy team, and then he has a self heal. I have a trinket on him for scouting, and then I also have the Bonesaw for damage versus bleeding, and on melee attack hit, which is Hunter's Strike, but otherwise I just have it on for the damage versus bleeding. 1 bleed for 3 rounds at 140%. Remember, that's only going to be with Hunter's Strike though, and that will move him forward, so he may be dancing with Quinn, but she'll go right back into place with flank gouge. Then the Duchess should be able to do pretty much everything I want her to except for Feed the Beast, which isn't the biggest deal from rank 3, but depending upon where things are, I have a bit of a weird setup for her this time. I'm mainly going to be using Thirst for Power and Crimson Downpour. That way she gets healing received and bleeds everything. She has a chance of pulling and stunning if I need to. I'm going to be using her in transform mode, so Noble Sumo's Glare, accuracy, crit, damage, and if she's transformed, extra accuracy and crit. The more I look at this trinket, the more I want to switch the skills around, because friendly skill allies steal restoration, so she'll steal the restoration she has from all allies, so she has a chance of healing herself if she does Iron Maiden, I believe it is. And then on monster kill, allies restoration 1 for 2 rounds, so she'll put a restoration on everyone. But she's not going to be the main healer here, but she has a chance of healing herself in row 3 then, other than, doing Feed the Beast, which she's not going to be in row 2 to be able to do. So I might do that just as if there's nothing else to do. And I probably won't be needing Castigate with all the bleeding damage I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to have Priscilla, who's going to be the main healer, who's going to have Serrated Cane, the Old Blood, Courier Bell, and Phantasm Shell. So Serrated Cane does bleeding and buff self for speed. Old Blood will de-stress her and heal. Courier Bell is an AoE heal that cures Blight and Bleed, but stresses her out and everyone else. And Phantasm Shell is just a buff for damage if I need it. I then have Calming Incense for plus accuracy, and on monster kill, if she happens to do it, -3 stress, and plus healing done, and plus stress relief done. So that's that. And then really quick before I go in here, the last episode, I believe it was the last episode, where I went into the Weald and fought a solo Chirurgeon, however you pronounce that. I guess that was a bug, so I did let Hetty know about that, the head mod for Project Iron Crown and all the backports for the DD2 mods and stuff like that. He didn't know about that, he fixed it supposedly, so that wasn't supposed to be a thing. The solo boss there was a lot easier than it was supposed to be, which is unfortunate because it was the first time I believe I found it on this file. So that was leaps and bounds easier than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to spawn with 2 to 3 other enemies, one of which could be a size 2. So the next time we see it, it should be a lot harder. And then he did mention that the blood leeches, was it blood leeches? Medicinal leeches that cause bleeding do actually heal the Crimson Curse. That's something actually that everything that cures diseases does now. So cool. But I thought I'd bring that up just because that happened last episode and I didn't know if that was supposed to be a thing. And yeah, that was a little hard to cut out if I wanted to even try to cut it out. So. Alright, let's do this. Where am I? I'm right here. So I just go down. We'll be fine. There is a thing over here that I think I'm gonna grab. But we'll get this quick.
Wealth beyond.
Which is money, that's good.
Awarded to the brave and the fool.
And we get our first fight. Bleed them.
Masterfully executed.
3 and 5, so he does need a little more damage before he guards anyone, and so does a Socialite. Socialite down. And probably do Bloody Cross and take out the Manservant there, while still bleeding the Chevaliers. All allies plus stress. Yeah, screw it.
The blood quickens.
And then let's Crimson Downpour so they take more bleeding damage. Very nice. That one may hurt. Then we'll have you keep on top of healing, since they were already bleeding. Blink Gouge.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
And see if we can't do anything to take you out. And just pull. Nope, resisted. Well then. Time to use the whip.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
Definitely want the portraits. We'll take the food, we'll take the crest, and we'll take everything. It's just some that had a lot higher priority than others. So, alright. Now, if I go up, then over, there's an additional fight. However, there's a lot more loot. Just gonna skip that. I don't think anyone needed the stress heal. Okay, I did bring torches. I was kind of concerned about that for a second. We are on bleeding. Alright, good. One thing I don't necessarily have right now, which is unfortunate, is a way to get her into stealth. Unless she's in rank 2. Which I suppose I could trade a few things out for right now. Which might be beneficial long run. But I don't have a way for her to, like, stealth herself on attack anymore.
As the fiend.
Well, that's one down. Everyone gets restoration. That's nice. We bleed this guy. We can Hunter Strike him. Take him out.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
Then suppose if we get rid of the corpses, they can take care of the chevs. We can go from there. Probably not going to take him out. So yeah. Thirst for power. Get at the bleeding on him. 12 bleed now. Blank Gouge. Get the one that has more health. He goes down to bleed. And we'll use Whiplash. Now they just go. Bleed out. Have fun.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Oh, I didn't notice the... Interesting. I didn't notice that at first. So, the bleed out from anything that she does counts as her taking out the monster, and then everyone gets restoration. Then on her switching back to human form at the end of the fight, all the restoration goes to her. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind.
If only treasure could staunch the...
We'll take the money over that. I tried to stop in time for that, but at least it missed us. Now, I don't think, once again, anyone has enough stress to really warrant using the torch for this, so I'll keep going. Gonna bandage this.
A handsome reward.
I thought I had portraits, but I guess not. And I need portraits right now, so that's good. I'll get this on the way back. And over here we go. You know, I was really tempted to download the what was it called? The expansive... Yeah, it was the expansive maps. And there was one for the Courtyard. It was just such a huge file for everything, because there's one for the runes, one's for the Cove now. I don't think there was one out for the... I'll bloody cross here. I don't think there was one for the Weald nor the Warrens yet. And then there was one for the Courtyard. And they just looked awesome. However, the files were huge. I think one was almost a gigabyte in size. So I did wonder how it would affect, like, load times and things like that. Like, my computer, maybe it wouldn't affect too much. I do know that, like, loading into the estate takes a minute or two, but then once I'm in the estate, like, loading to dungeons isn't bad at all. That just takes a few seconds. But I also wondered about, like, just if it would have stuttering and things like that, just going, like, walking around, because I do have times where, unfortunately, there is a lot of frame skipping in Darkest Dungeon, and not many other games do that, like a lot higher end games. But Darkest Dungeon will still have the frame skips. And that's what had me worried about, like, will that still happen? Or get worse if I had something like that? But they were really cool if you want to check them out and have some variety in the background to make it even cooler. It's not to say, like, these rune-like and maze-like backgrounds in the background there aren't cool. But they are a lot more gruesome. 3 for 3, or I can heal for 8. We'll do this. Heal everyone. Also cure the bleed. Because, like, it adds corpses and stuff in Crimson Courtyard, for an example. I think a Crusader was one of them. It's just like Crusader corpses laying on trees and stuff. It was kind of cool.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I'd like the busts. However, this is where I'm already at the point of, do I want these supplies or do I want the things, and I know I needed crests, I needed busts, and I need portraits for... I think I needed like 30 portraits for one of the things I was looking at. But I do need the money. But that being said, money is not necessarily a thing you bring back from the Crimson Courtyard unless you do it with gems. So I suppose we can do that.
A fortune.
So I'm going to trade the money out for the jade just because we'll probably have better luck with that. A Stone Slayer's shovel could probably have its uses. There's actually one case in particular I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure it's actually going to work because last time I thought I had an edge on the Garden Guardian. It totally went, nope, that doesn't work. And otherwise for stonework, what is there? The gargoyles? And I'm not sure what else there is with the mods I have right now. There are some really cool stonework mods, but I just don't have them installed. So I think I'm gonna leave it, just because the downsides don't outweigh the upsides. And this is actually keeping the Duchess alive pretty well. I'm kind of excited to try her against the Countess if I can. We'll see. If and when we get that far. And she gets that far. I have a oozing potato, so I don't feel bad about that one. I'm pretty sure. My mind's all mixed up about what I have and don't have now. I know it's been a few episodes since then, but like, you'd think... and you'd think I'd have it down of, hey, I have this, I don't have this, but no, I forget. And I think I still have things that I don't. Yeah, we'll get the Manservant for now, because Serrated Cane takes it out if we get a bleed. Then Bloody Cross to bleed the rest of them. When we withdraw it, we'll probably get the rest, and then transform into Crimson Downpour on the back, and then they'll take extra bleeding damage. Ooh, both of them are gonna transform. I really do like her design there. The tongue is a little weird, but I've been watching someone else's cat for them for like the past week, and for like another week while they're gone. And my cat right now, or always has rather, never liked eating alone, so she'll beg me to come eat or drink water while I'm there, to like drag me into the other room. And now that the other cat is here, that's exemplified 100-fold. Like, she will not eat unless I am there. It's rather cute, but at the same time it's like, you realize you can eat without me here. The other cat is sleeping. Can probably take out the courtesan. Yeah, nope. If we miss, that don't happen.
Great is the weapon that
Bleed still takes it out, but it's counted for her. Gotcha. Private rations heal you, and Bloody Cross. No, Hunter Strike. We're doing fine. Alright, do we want to trade anything out? I feel like I might have too much food, and this is gonna bite me in the butt, just watch. But we'll do this. And we can get rid of some stress now. Probably on the Duchess is the better idea. And then we can circle back down. And we're essentially where we were. I think I was a little bit farther down there. And we can just go towards the red key. Which this team should not have problems with the Crocodillian, I believe. We'll make him bleed out pretty easily. The one thing, actually, I do see a problem with, and I'll address it when I see it, is I don't have a good way of hitting him in at row 4 or whatever. So those move changes might help right there. Ooh, Bloodflower. Alright, yeah, let's bleed the Bloodflower. That way our front rows can do damage to it. However, that being said, bleed for 4, bleed for 2. Let's whiplash the Chev. And then just go all in on these two. I know the Sycophant's there, he sucks. We transform, I'll hit all 3 with Crimson Downpour, which will up the bleed damage on them. It's a little unfortunate that he doesn't get too much of a transformation. I'm not sure if that glowing heart in the middle is a transformation, or if I just don't really notice it too much until it does that. Yeah, we'll take out the Bloodflower, because the Bloodflower has the ability to summon more is the big thing. Crimson Downpour is on cooldown, so we will make sure it dies. So now it drops to bleed and can't summon more Sycophants. And then make sure he drops. Let's get rid of the bleed. So I'm pretty sure I can stress heal coming up in a little bit. And pop up the bug. Alright.
This expedition at least promises.
This isn't worth too much, so I'm going to take the crest, which I very dearly need. And we'll keep going. Sizzle some bugs. I can speak, I swear.
Now it must be carried home.
Can't take the shovel. This is where things get a little interesting once again, because I do want the money, but I need the supplies to get more stuff, and I would really like the crests. But I brought holy water for the curio that's right here. We'll do that. And there's the stonework stuff. Cool. See if we can't break some. Nope. Can we bleed them? Because sometimes they do bleed, which is kind of fun. Then just hit them all. And we will transform. So I can Crimson Downpour and hit the back 3. And he's bled. Gargoyle bleeds out. How do gargoyles bleed? Some things I don't want to know, but I'm very interested in. Alright, take out the manservant. That'll heal everyone. Then
A devastating blow.
just bash the gargoyle. Okay, that's another one of those combos where, like, you gave the person who should not get the Crimson Curse back the Crimson Curse. What have you done? Also, how does a whip have enough strength to break a statue? More questions I do not want answered. We'll change back. And pow.
Success so clearly in view. Merely
I may need the blood. We'll power her up for now. I'm not sure that extends the time or anything, but it is what it is. And then we're gonna do this because it de-stresses her. By a very large amount. It looks like I was only expecting like 15, but it might have been a crit heal there. That or I just underestimated it. And more bugs. Lovely. Bleed you. Pop goes the weasel. And another one. And you know what? Let's bleed you. Have some fun.
confusion, nerves, and panic.
We'll get the bleed on the other shove. And start hacking away. Another one down. And I do not believe this will do enough, but we tried. Really, at Quinn again. That's adding up. Let's do this. Actually, Courier Bell will do more, because it gets rid of the bleed. So then I'm not taking 6 over 3. Just do a little bit there. And if I can get the kill on the Duchess, we get the restoration. Which once again isn't much considered. Oh, it is more than I thought, because now she doesn't transform back. There's a few in and outs there. Okay. So realistically, let me look at this, cause is there another fountain on the way? It's not another fountain until, if I'm reading this map correctly and not missing something, there's not another fountain. I thought there was more. We'll get rid of that. I probably could have used that for the croc, but that's fine. Now it's just going to be the normal croc, because remember I don't have Courtyard Plus in here anymore. Let's step down here for a moment. Oh, I'm going to hit a trap. Dig you up.
Hacks laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Not what I thought it was. But, ooh. Just kind of deciding what I wanted to do here. We can get up one of the things of food for that. And if I'm right here, there's a bone thing here. Gonna need to go down for a key, then up and around. So there's things for a shovel would be useful. And the blood. Yeah, we can do this. So I'm getting out of here pretty good, at least heirloom wise, which will be nice because, like I kind of described, I need some of the heirlooms yet.
Diminished.
Then we'll do Crimson Downpour on these guys up to bleed and bleed damage. So 7 for 3. Didn't get the bleed amount received on anyone but the Chev, but Chev is Chev. I'd like the bleed and bleed received on him. You really want to smack the Duchess like that? That's on you. Alright, well, stab some flowers. It does have that skull in it, so that's not just me. It hasn't fed yet. Let's heal up. And it should bleed out now. So, pull you. You bleed out. Have fun with whip. You bleed out on next.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination
Now,
is considered a virtue.
I'm gonna get all the restoration on her pulled back. So let's heal Priscilla. I have a weird plan here. I know that's not gonna work. So we'll just take out thing and be done. Okay.
A trifling victory.
Give you some more blood because it's there.
Nonetheless.
We'll take the 3 damage on her and save the bandages for something worse and be on our way.
Glittering gold.
Shiny.
trinkets and baubles.
Shiny, shiny.
Paid for in
Shiny,
blood.
shiny, shiny. You can do that though. Okay. Shiny, shiny. Probably don't need torches for too much more. In this run at least. So, if I could go up and go straight to the croc, I don't need the red key quite yet. Because all the red key would do for me right now is unlock this room, which I'm bypassing. So we're going to skip that. use the food. That's always handy. And what do you have for me, good sir? Blood for treasure. Worthless treasure, but enjoy your blood. Now, this curio would have been good with a torch, but that's fine. I'm fine with my trade. Bleed the Bloodflower. Transform so I can bleed all of them. Hopefully getting the debuff on all of them. Debuff, 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 and bleeding. Very nice. Damage versus bleeding. And damage versus bleeding. So it should go down on its next turn. So let's take the chance to heal. Take out the other ones. Heal up like I said. He is just in the way.
A victory. Perhaps a turning point.
And get rid of another one, if possible. Oof. Okay, heal thyself. Very nice. You go down, so take out the harder one. And heal thyself. Because of shenanigans. Alright, taking what we can.
That overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
One round. This. Good thing I'm leaving early. So she's gonna go into hungering and then lose bloodlust and all that stuff faster because of this. I'm not sure what causes it, if I'm being totally honest, because not many things have hit her. So I didn't catch what totally caused that. But we can get rid of some of this. Because I think I'm going to leave with the Croc fight coming up next. Actually, would it be better to do this? I'll risk it. Let's go.
A hideous mutation. Unnatural.
Okay.
And abhorrent.
So let's get him bleeding. It can also bypass and de-stealth if I need it to. Also lowers accuracy. Or... no, that we're in row 1, so that wouldn't stealth. Resisted the bleed. Darn. It's Phantasm Shell. So attack crit.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
Bleed him if we can. Yikes. Okay. We're fine with this. That's a little unfortunate. But you can still make this work. Thirst for power. Come on, one of these bleeds has to land. There we go. We're gonna heal the Duchess. Yeah, we're gonna up our crit and damage. And then we're gonna whiplash him. Very nice. Come on, move forward. The unfortunate thing is she doesn't have a thing to move back here, so I need other people to move forward. I'm gonna build up that phantasm shell again. Oh, I wanted to get the bleed there, which just fell off. Well, we have damage if stealth, so that's fine. She now can do her job from wherever I need her to be, which she can hit now. Just has the protection. Yeah, Crimson Downpour. If it bleeds, we're good. If it bonus for the damage received. Start healing. You're stealthed, he's bleeding. We have huge crit, huge damage. Come on, Quinn. Oh, no crit. That's fine, though. Plus damage on Trevor there. We're craving, so blood. And we'll do Thirst for Power. Damagerous bleeding. Might bleed out. Nope, okay. And damagerous bleeding. That's a dodge. Can you take him out? If we hit with this and get the bleed, he goes on his turn. Pray? Pray. I feel like I understand the Duchess so much sometimes. Alright, so we got his courage for the Dreamer. Plus 10 accuracy, minus 20% stress. This is their legacy. So we will be taking that. Let's take the deeds for now. Then, in the strong box here, we also got Gifted Book of Secrets for the Practitioner. Plus 15 accuracy range skills, minus 15 damage range skills. On crit, all heroes cure Blatant Bleed. That loss was but a mishap. I am peerless. Let's change out the blood for that. And I pretty much have a full inventory of stuff. I'm not taking too much money out of this, but I did get 3 trinkets. I'll put this over here. And a lot of heirlooms. So, like, yeah. I'm not getting out of here too bad. And there wasn't too much stress done there either, so like I can almost shove them right back in here. Cause that pays for the supplies to get back in, I believe. That's just a silly amount of heirlooms. 48 crests, which I was very short on. 3 deeds, 6 portraits, and 9 busts, and then 6,750 gold. No one cheat on Quinn, which isn't bad. Executioner on Trevor, and then Mercurial on Constance, which doesn't really matter because she always goes ravenous, I believe.
I was
All right.
this place.
Oh, Constance did get a little bit of stress there.
Rats made it their domain.
I think I have everyone in there. Unfortunately, can't afford anything even in there, even if I wanted to. So I'm probably going to be going back into the courtyard next week to just either finish it off or get farther in there. I don't think anything I'm seeing around here is really going to persuade me otherwise. Yeah, especially because the Blasphemous Vial was reworked. Yeah, so I'll probably be going back in here. I know there's a little bit of stress here, but if I play my cards right, I can almost use this party right away and then de-stress right off the bat, I think. There's like 2 fights and then I can de-stress with 1 person. 2 more fights after that, then I can de-stress again. And then I can keep going like that. So as long as I don't get like a huge bombardment of stress on either Trevor or Constance, I should be good. And then the next one I can go for the blue key, use the blue key, get the yellow key, and at least get into the last section, if not finish off the courtyard. We'll see how much of that I actually bring back, but we'll see. But I think that's going to be my plan, and actually see how far we get and what we bring back. But it'd be nice to get rid of some of the Crimson Curse. I know there's a lot of ways to get rid of it now, but it's not my favorite thing. That's the plan, we'll stick with that, and as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please, have a good one.